Well, good morning. Because of things that happened yesterday, today's topic was determined. It's called Differing Perspectives. And I'm going to begin by reading a poem that I actually wrote in 1985 that was printed in Living Gods Are Hard to Find. And it's not a very long poem, as some of mine are, as most of mine are. It goes like this. 40 years he lived in the dungeon. 4 walls, the ceiling, the floor. A table, chair, with a 2-room phone, toilet, sink, bed, and locked door. Cell number 2 held another man who had lived there just as long. By now, neither man could remember what he had done that was wrong. Once a day, when the candle is changed, number 2 calls number 1. But today a lantern was put in. Now a battle has begun. I have a new light inside my room. Things look different to me. It makes all things bigger and brighter. There is more that I can see. But true light comes only from candles. Many years this has been true, and I can see fine with my old light. I need no new light like you. Now whenever they speak, they argue, yet neither can ever win. Was the man with the new perspectives a fool to even begin? For 5 years I published Paradox magazine from 1996 till 2001. And one of the things that I decided early on with that publication is I was going to allow different perspectives to be shared. And a certain individual took me up on that offer, basically. And for several months running, we shared dialogue, and he had a totally different viewpoint than I did. And our viewpoints were printed in the pages of the magazine that I published and wrote for and distributed and did all the work on. In any case, it came to a point where he began name-calling, and I mean, some of his language was not very good language, and I realized that it was making me very uncomfortable, and I had to draw a line. I had been providing for him for at least 5 or 6 months a forum for his ideas. Even though they weren't my ideas, I thought the exchange between us was good. And as long as it stayed at a healthy level, I was okay with it. I was okay with printing different ideas, because I think the sharing of ideas is extremely important if we're going to grow and become spiritually mature. I believe that with all of my heart. Recently, I had an individual ask me what I thought of the protocols of the Elders of Zion. And my response was, whether they're true or a forgery, it does seem to be the way the world works. And then I was asked specifically about Zionism. And I said Zionism is a political movement, not a spiritual movement, and the desire seems to be to rule the world. Those were my perspectives that I shared honestly. Well, this person from England, from the United Kingdom, began attacks that escalated yesterday with today's video, which had nothing to do with the subject I was being attacked about, even being compared to Hitler. And generally, I don't mind these, but one of my friends, Paige, whom you've heard me mention previously, sent him a message. What I don't understand is why someone would take so much time to watch these videos if they do not like them or resonate with their message. If you don't like what Ron is saying, just turn him off. No need to hurl poo at the man, just change the channel. Now, I didn't read her whole message, but it is on YouTube. He responded, I will not just turn him off page while Ron continues to hurl poo at real living people without any base of evidence for his claims and in a public space where simple minds, as someone below described themselves, may take his words as truth without knowing how to verify the facts for themselves. I shall continue to criticize him. If he doesn't want this kind of trouble, he should fact-check his content before he uploads it. Different perspectives. I made a difficult decision. I went to his page on YouTube and I blocked him. It's the first person that I've blocked. I'm not going to say it's the only person I will ever block. But this ninth wave series of videos that I'm producing every day as a labor of love, because it's what Spirit wants me doing, I'm not going to allow this to become a forum for personal attacks. I don't mind different viewpoints. Different viewpoints are fine and healthy. Personal attacks are not. This person indicated that I was hurling poo at real living people. No, I don't do that. I am very compassionate for real living people. What I am not compassionate for is ideas that hurt people. And I'm not hurting people by saying that the information contained in the protocols from the elders of Zion or Zionism, I'm not hurling poo or dumping my crap on other people and putting blame on people. Anybody that's listened to my videos over a period of time and over a wide range of ideas knows that I embrace the darkness, even the people that hold what I consider dark ideas, because I recognize the value in what we term the negative or the dark. I recognize the value in that. And I hold it in high esteem, much higher esteem than religious people who live their whole lives biased or prejudiced against or for certain ideas. Because I think all ideas have validity and need to be taken to heart. I took this man's criticism to heart. It landed yesterday. Someone wrote to me, and I haven't responded to her personal email yet, to say I should just detach from it and let it go. Detachment to me is a way of escapism and denial. It's not something that I practice. I do take things to heart. It doesn't mean I take them personally, but I ask myself, what level of me is here that I have to discover, that this person has pushed my button and made me look more deeply at how I'm saying things, how I'm languaging my ideas and my experience. What am I saying? That is it helping people or is it hurting people? My sincere desire from my heart is for everyone to discover the beauty within themselves, the gifts that have lain dormant for a long time in our lives, to discover these gifts and to begin to use them for the good of everyone. Zionism, to me, is an ideology that has been very hurtful on the one hand, and perhaps very helpful on the wake-up side of it. See, there's always two sides. There's always differing perspectives. My perspective, what I am attempting to do, to the best of my ability, my perspective is to integrate the opposites, because that's long ago that was given to me as my task, to bring the opposites together peacefully within my own being. Now that's a dangerous idea, to someone who gains advantage from the polarization of ideas, because they gain something that to them is of value by continuing to perpetuate the animosity and the conflict. I point out the conflict, but the intent of my pointing it out is for integration, is to become aware so that we can choose. And here's the advice that I give. I don't have all the answers, and I don't like to even give advice, but I do, I guess, all the time. So I guess I really do like to give advice, or I wouldn't be doing it. But my advice is to take them all and see all of these opposing things as part of yourself. That's how I have learned, and am still learning, to live my life. It's all part of me. There's nothing external. This man is not external from me. But I choose not to give my channel as a forum for him to attack me. I choose not to do that, and I will choose that again when anything degenerates into personal attacks. Ideas are ideas, and they can be shared. And I like them being shared. A lot of people share things with me in personal emails that I wish they would put into the public forum so that everyone could see them. I'd like that a lot better, because I think it's healthy. I think it's healthy to share different perspectives and to try them on for size. How does it make you feel? What thoughts come up for you when you are exposed to that idea? These are ways of discovering who we are and knowing ourselves. And I sincerely believe that when I know myself, I know God. That's what the ancient adage is. Know thyself, and knowing thyself, you know the divine, because the divine is all of you. Not just part of you, you are all divine. The dark and the light are both part of divinity. Divinity is all that is. God is all that is. You are all that is. All things are contained within you. As you become consciously aware of them, even the different perspectives, and as you stop making war with them and attacking, letting one side attack the other, then you can reach a place in your life of victory. Now, does it happen overnight with one little magic pill? It's not been my experience. It's a process. Sometimes I slip and I fall, and I fall short of what I want. That has happened again and again and again in my life. But as I continue to do this and become more mature in handling it, to me, I become more balanced. And that's what I want for everyone. I would like everyone to experience the peace that I overall feel, even when I have moments that I don't feel it. Now, I'm going to close with one more thing about the ninth wave. There is a difference of opinion as to when the ninth wave began, whether it was the 10th, 11th of February or the 9th of March. When did it actually begin? Well, right now, if we were going by the 11th of February, we would be in the second day. However, if we're taking it from the March 9th thing, we're in the first night. I would say energetically, what I'm sensing energetically is that we are in the first night, which would give credence to Carl Kalaman's more recent revelation of March 9th being the starting date. That's just based on my energetic perception. You can have a different perception, and that's fine. I've given reasons why I believe the February 11th one. Now I'm giving you the opposite reason. Is it a contradiction? No. It's just looking at my own personal experience and what I'm feeling. And I'm sharing that with you because I've talked to a couple of other people, and they have felt the same thing happen since this past weekend, when we moved into the second night according to the March 9th date. So these are some things to look at, to consider. And I don't care who's right or wrong. What I'm looking for is the ability to share differing perspectives in a loving and peaceful manner, without personal attacks and without putting anybody down, embracing all things and coming to a place of unity, consciousness, and wholeness, each of us within our own being, and all of us within the collective we call society, so that we can truly co-create a new world together by shifting our perception and allowing our perspectives to find a place of peace even when they differ. I'm going to leave you with that this morning, and I bless you. Have a beautiful day, and thank you for listening to this sharing from my heart. And I hope it clears up some things for those of you that were troubled by the dialogue that's been appearing in some of the responses in the past little while. Blessings to you. Bye-bye.